To this day, folk horror is considered to be one of the most niche horror genres, but I think that's because it's quite hard to pin down exactly what folk horror is. In my mind, it's horror that deals with folklore and folk stories. It can venture into the supernatural or the spiritual, but not necessarily the mainline religions, so more like paganism, etc. So with that in mind, here are 3 films that I consider to be required watching for anyone trying to get into folk horror. Here's the list. The thing that makes The Witch such an unnerving film is how quiet it is. And I don't mean in like a shh kind of way. I mean, there's nothing else around this family, and yet everything is terrifying. It's a film that I think could be studied for how accurate it is for the time period it's set in. Now, this is coming from someone who, granted, has never been to that time period, but it looks pretty spot on. The acting in this film is unmatched. Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Ineson absolutely steal the show. It's phenomenal. And as a folk story, terrifying. I love it. Watch it. Now, I would consider The Ritual to be a slightly more accessible film than The Witch. I think it lives in the classic horror film vibe while still living in the folk horror realm. It's a story of 4 friends holding a sort of memorial holiday, and they end up lost in the woods, but they're not alone in the woods. Now, if you haven't watched this film, I beg you to give it a go. It manages to completely encapsulate you while you're watching it. You are locked in from minute 1. Watch it. Finally, we have the granddaddy of folk horror. The Wicker Man is such a classic at this point. It still surprises me that there are people that have not watched this film. If people don't enjoy watching films from the 70s, because I know a lot of people are small-minded that way, watch the Nicolas Cage version. Because even so, it's not a good film, but the vibe is there, mostly. I struggle to defend that film, but it's watchable. Anyway, watch the classic Wicker Man. What a film. There's not a lot I can say about it. You need to watch it. It's fantastic and a must-watch for anyone that loves folk horror. Watch it. Jesus Christ, just watch the film. There we are, gamers. 3 films that I consider to be must-watches for anyone trying to break into or just general enjoyers of folk horror. Now, once again, I know there are films that I have not mentioned, including films like Blood on Satan's Claw, which is also a wicked movie. But hey, let me know what else I should watch, or let me know what you have watched, and we can have a conversation about it, and we'll go from there. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling at this point. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye. Bye.